Why do you lie awake at 3 a.m. replaying conversations that happened 5 years ago? Why do you catastrophize about problems that haven't even happened yet? The answer is simple. You are trying to control what you cannot control. And 2,000 years ago, the Stoics figured out how to stop. This is not ancient philosophy for academics. This is a practical system for people who are tired of anxiety. 3 rules from Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Epictetus, adapted for the modern world. Rule 1. Be discerning. Seneca's warning. Seneca said something that hits hard. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Think about it. How many times have you lost sleep over a conversation that went badly? How many times have you imagined getting fired, even though your boss has never complained? How many times have you rehearsed arguments in the shower that will never happen? Seneca called these false forms of evil. We create monsters in our minds, and then we fight them. But the monsters aren't real. The Stoic solution is discernment. Before you panic, ask yourself, is this problem real, or is it a story I'm telling myself? If it's real, take action. If it's imaginary, let it go. Most anxiety is not about the present. It's about the future, a future that hasn't happened and might never happen. You are suffering for a crime that hasn't been committed yet. Rule 2. Don't be a cowardly scout. Marcus Aurelius's test. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, wrote in his private journal, "It's not things that upset us, but our judgments about things." This is radical. He's saying that death, poverty, illness, none of these are inherently bad. They only become bad when we label them as bad. The Stoics called these indifferent things. They don't control your inner peace unless you let them. Here's the test. When something bad happens, do you react like a cowardly scout who runs back to camp screaming, "We're under attack"? Or do you assess the situation calmly? A cowardly scout sees a shadow and panics. A wise soldier sees the shadow, investigates, and realizes it's just a tree. Most of your anxiety comes from being a cowardly scout. You see a vague threat, a weird text from your partner, a strange look from your boss, and you immediately assume the worst. The Stoic approach. Pause. Investigate. Don't let your imagination write the story before you have the facts. Rule 3. Stop begging. Epictetus's freedom. Epictetus, a former slave turned philosopher, said something that will change how you pray. Don't ask for things to happen as you wish. Wish for things to happen as they do, and your life will go well. This is not passive resignation. This is radical acceptance. Most people spend their lives begging the universe for better weather, begging their boss for a raise, begging their partner to change. And when the universe says no, they suffer. Epictetus says, stop begging. Instead, ask for the strength to accept what is. You cannot control whether it rains tomorrow. You can control whether you bring an umbrella. You cannot control whether your partner loves you. You can control whether you are lovable. You cannot control whether you get sick. You can control whether you take care of your body. The Stoics divided life into 2 categories: things up to us, our thoughts, actions, choices, and things not up to us, everything else. Anxiety lives in the gap between what we want and what we can control. Close that gap. Focus only on what you can control. Let go of the rest. The key insight: these 3 rules are not separate. They work together. Be discerning. Don't fight imaginary monsters. Don't be a cowardly scout. Don't panic before you have facts. Stop begging. Accept what you cannot change. When you do this, something strange happens. The anxiety doesn't disappear, but it loses its power. You stop being a slave to your thoughts. You become free. This is not about becoming emotionless. This is about becoming unshakable. The Stoics did not promise happiness. They promised something better, peace. I invite you to listen to this story and share your thoughts. Have similar situations ever happened in your life? Write in the comments. Your experience may be valuable for others.